Elvin Randy here playing Farming Simulator 22, and welcome back to the Upper Mississippi River Valley. And is the lighting ominous or what here, Evan? Oh my goodness. I just wanted to start the recording now so you folks can like actually see this. We're about, what time is this here? 8 o'clock? Yeah, 8 o'clock at night, right? Doing the math there for the 24-hour time. So we're about 8 o'clock at night here, not quite, quarter at 8 here at night. I just finished up all the work here on the map for the day, I think. I got the fertilizing and lime and herbicide. I think everything's all set, right? We finished planting the oats here, and they should be all set. Oh, speaking of the fertilizing, before I forget, Evan, we did not have enough manure, slurry that is. We did not have enough slurry to finish that field. We had like a half of a pass, I think it was, or so left. So it was really, really close, Evan. So just something to keep in mind here. According to this, we should have needed field 48, 207,000 liters of slurry. That was, off by about a third. We needed more like 300,000, or I don't remember exactly how much we actually had in there, Evan. I know it was almost 300,000 though. So yeah, we would probably actually needed like 300,000 to actually finish that. So this number, close, but no cigars, they would say. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to slide them, and I don't know what's going on with the light here. Anyway, we're going to sleep for the night here. There's nothing left to do today. I don't think the pig should be all set. That was the wrong button. Left shift, no, wait, there we go. Okay. Left shift Z, not left shift S. That would help if you push the right key, right? So anyway, we're going to sleep for the night, everyone. And if I'm not mistaken, we should be able to plant beans and corn here. Wow, that, does that change the lighting or what, everyone? My goodness. Anyway. Oh, $10,000 loan interest, huh? Yeah. Yeah, so that's costing us about $120,000 a year, everyone, for that loan. Something we should probably look at paying off. Or, as I said, we could just, like, pay down what we can for now. And then as soon as we sell the soybeans and the combine. I haven't sold the combine yet. It's just, like, sitting there. If I can, no hurry. I don't think it's depreciating in value, is it? I hope not. Hopefully the age of it doesn't depreciate the value of it too much. It should have, like, 0 or really close to 0 hours on it. Yeah, worth $229,000. Okay, just something I'll have to keep in mind. I'm gonna just like skip a month, see if that goes down and all. It doesn't have the age is 20 months. Okay, yeah, 0 repair. It's got 0.1 hours on it. Yeah, pretty much like the time it took to drive here. That's how many hours it should have on it. Okay, anyway, with that being said, everyone, let's head back to our fields here. Actually, let's maybe head to the equipment here. We're probably going to want some equipment, because I figured this time around maybe we'll run some cultivation equipment across some of these fields before we actually start planting here. And we'll plant a couple of fields of corn and soybeans. Well, probably one field of... Oh, how should we do it? One field of soybeans and 2 fields of corn, maybe? We'll see once. I haven't fully decided how we want to do that yet. Oh, that's the wrong one. We want to disconnect. There we go. No. There we go. There's the flashers. Okay. I'll also turn the flashers on while we're going down the road, right? Although I think this is more like a private drive than really a road here. I'm guessing anyway. This, yeah, not the greatest of roads from the looks of it, if you ask me. But it works. Makes it interesting for auto drive, shall we say that? That is for sure. And we'll grab our cultivator here. Cultivator is the Vaderstad one here. At least I think that's what it was, right? Oh, no, that was the Burgo one. We got the Burgo one. That's right. Yeah, the Vaderstad and the Burgo. I'm always getting those two confused because they look, I would say, somewhat similar. Like, if you look at this one now, the Burgo, or the Vaderstad, I'm sorry, is a little bit different style, if I remember correctly. I think, is that more of a disc style, high-speed disc style, versus, let's see, no, actually, I want to go to cultivators. Yeah, we got the Vaderstad. There's the Vaderstad. Yeah, okay. A little bit more of a lighter duty cultivator looking, I would say. Also a little bit wider there, 14 meters. Versus, yeah, the Burgo. The Burgo, this one definitely looks very much like a heavy duty cultivator, that's for sure. This thing looks mean, shall we say. Actually, also with the disc on the front, makes me think it's more of a chisel plow than a... Yeah, I don't know. They call it a cultivator, but just looking at the design... Usually cultivators don't have the discs up front. And when I say discs, They're usually not called discs on a cultivator. They're actually usually called a coulter. So, and they're not really designed for like what a disc typically does. The disc usually kind of like turns the soil over a little bit. They're more of a concave. I think it's considered concave disc, I guess, right? I guess it depends what side you're looking at, right? One side's concave, the other side's convex. So whichever side you're looking at it. Okay, lowering down the cultivator. Let's turn on some GPS here as well. Ooh, no, I'm gonna have to check the map, Evan. Gonna have to check the map. Still have not quite learned out the directions here yet. So 44, that would be 90 degrees. 90 degrees, and then auto with that. Home on the tractor. Oh, home on the tractor again. There we go. The cultivator's low down. Yes, it is. Lock on, and away we go. This was our soybean field last year, so I'll probably try to remember we'll put some corn on it here this time around. Finally putting the old John Deere 9620 to work here. I think this is actually, between last episode and this episode, these are actually the first times we've actually used the tractor here in this series so far. Otherwise, this tractor's kind of been just sitting here so far. We've kind of been relying on the other green tractors. I wonder if we've gotten any farming done with them, too. Oh, looks like she's puffing a little black smoke here. Making her work with this one, probably. Again, like I was saying, now, when this thing looks mean, shall we say. And it also very much looks like a chisel plow. I could be wrong, but... Yeah, what the game here is calling a cultivator, I'm going to guess it's probably actually a chisel plow, because usually our cultivators don't have, like, these actually look like cylinders on them. I don't know, are these supposed to be like gas cylinders? I don't see like any hydraulic lines running to them. That might just be like the level of detail here in the game. Maybe they didn't go to that level of detail to put actually like lines running to them, but... Yeah, those definitely look like cylinders there. Might have to look this one up when I'm done recording. I'm just seeing what or how this thing actually works. I'm kind of curious now looking at that. But again, like I said, looks more like a chisel plow to me. Cultivator is usually a little bit lighter duty. Usually you don't have the extra springs or cylinders in this case on them. Sometimes they might, but a lot of times the cultivators too just rely on the spring of the shank itself, and that's your spring right there, right? With the cultivating here, by the way, this will help reduce some of the weeds we're seeing on the field. Not that we probably really necessarily need to do this. Just hey, something to do, everyone. And that's kind of the whole thing with this game. Actually, yes, and speaking of which, we were actually kind of talking about that on the live stream here the other night, everyone. You know, when it comes to this game is very free in how you want to farm, so to speak. Now, there's definitely some things you can do if you want, like the best yields and all that good stuff. But there's a lot of freedom in how you can get those best yields as well. Like cultivating that one isn't necessarily required for the best yields. Now, if you have plowing turned on, yes, plowing. Actually, speaking of plowing, by the way, there should be 43 should need to be plowed. I'll have to remember that, right? Once it updates, and if you turn the weeds off so we can actually see it. Ooh, and this reminds me of when Oh, he says. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't be cultivating. This isn't just bringing up like little rocks. This is like bringing up big rocks. Maybe I should stick with no-till. You know what? In fact, I think that's what I'm gonna try this. I'm kind of curious. Field 45. I'm gonna no-till that field. Well, maybe yeah, we'll do the soybeans in that field, I think. And we'll do corn in this field, and we'll probably do corn in the same field we had last time. But I don't know about you folks. I'm very curious now, because, yeah, we are... Oh, yeah, there's the rocks. And again, like I said, we're not just getting small rocks. We're getting large rocks. That is something, by the way, I don't normally play with rocks turned on, everyone. So we are going to have to go invest in a rock picker of some sorts. And I mean, I guess let's face it, I'm going to get a stone picker. We might as well just go for the big one, because I don't know. Although at the same time, too, I kind of like the Dagelman here. This looks a little more like the style you would see around where I would live. I mean, like, you don't see... I don't know what this contraption is supposed to be. I've never seen anything like that before as far as stone pickers go. I can only presume that's for, like, small stones, maybe, in real life, that is. And let's face it, real life, yeah, real life, I mean, most farmers I don't think are worrying about stones of that size. Those are, yeah, who cares about those? You just skip over those stones. Probably your 6 or 8 inch or larger stones. That's when you start worrying about stuff, right? Not to say, though, that a smaller stone can't still cause a lot of damage. The main thing you're probably worrying about with stones, by the way, is going through the combine. You don't want stones going through your combine. Also, not typically good for your planters sometimes as well. Cultivators, anything like that. Definitely a good way to break some shear bolts or trip something, depending on how your cultivator, planter, whatever is set up. But yeah, given the fact that we literally need to run up and down every last square inch of the field to pick up stones, definitely think we'll maybe look at getting the weird-looking stone picker there. So otherwise, the Dagelman is, what, like 2 meters wide or something like that? And yeah, I mean, literally, it will take forever. And this is the reason why I play with stones turned off. I mean, because, like, yeah, if you look at this one, like, yeah, you could go from stone pile to stone pile picking this up. But again, like, look at this number of stones, Evan. Actually, very curious as to why they're... Yeah, very weird on field 43. I don't know what's... But, okay, 42 here. Perfect example of one. Like, are you really going to go from stone to stone picking this up? Yeah. Who am I kidding? No. For picking up those stones, I mean, you're literally going to probably throw a hard worker course, but you're going to throw something on it and just have it make every single pass up and down the field, which is why the whole concept of stones in this game absolutely infuriates me. And again, why I typically play with stones turned off. Now, why am I playing with stones turned on this season, everyone? That is actually a very good question. I am still questioning my sanity on that one. I really don't know. I thought we'd just give it a try. It's pretty much been since the beginning of the game since I've played with stones turned on. We played with stones on the first map, but I'm trying to remember now. What is the name of the beginning? Whatever the name of the beginning map or one of the starter maps. We played on the American starter map here. I don't know if I even left stones on for that entire series. I mean, I don't remember, but I know we started out with stones left on. And then I'm guessing by the next series, I was like, yeah, no. And in fact, I'd like to say I could be remembering this wrong, Evan. Maybe I'll have to ask the channel historian, but pretty sure, Evan, we turned the stones off even in the very first series. Because I was like, yeah, no, this is just absolutely stupid. Which, let's face it, it is absolutely stupid. You know, maybe if Giants made it so you could literally just go from stone pile to stone pile in the field picking up stones, Evan, it wouldn't be so bad, right? But, again, with the amount of stones that are on a field, Evan, that is just absolutely not practical. Like, you are not going to go just from stone pile to stone pile picking up stones. You will be out here forever. You're better off just going straight up and down. I know there's large areas where there are no stones, but let's face it. If you try to go from stone pile to stone pile, it's just not going to work. Well, it'll work. It'll probably take way longer than just admitting defeat and just going up and down. Kind of disgusting seeing how many stones are showing up on this one. Oh, well. We might have to become like a no-till farm here. Actually, you know what I should probably do? I should probably go pick that stone picker up now, because we have field... Well, that's right, I got to plow this field, though, don't I? If I pick the stones up now, when the stones are probably going to come back after I plow it. So I probably should go plow it first. You know what, we'll finish this passive one. Maybe I'll get the Fent here on the plow. We'll bring that tractor up there. And have a course play or something like that start plowing that field. It should have been the only field that needed to be plowed as far as I know. Turn off the weeds so I can actually tell. Yeah, just 43 at the moment needs plowing of the fields we own anyway. Okay, let's see if we can find the Fent here a minute. There's the smaller, and I say smaller Fent because, let's face it, this Fent 1042 is still a really big tractor. In fact, as far as, like, tractors of this form, it is, like, the largest as far as I know, at least horsepower-wise anyway. I don't know about that, like, actual physical size itself. I mean, like, how does the physical size compare to, say, like a John Deere or a New Holland or something? That I'm not sure, but horsepower-wise, Evan, as far as I know, it is definitely largest because, like, John Deere is, what, 400? I think New Holland is right around 400 as well. Case, actually, I think Case is a little bit more. Don't they have, like, a 4... Oh, actually, you know what? I think theirs is considered 400 too. Now, of course, they all have higher boosts on them a lot of times, but it's almost like you're talking like computers and overclocking, right? You do the same thing with tractors here as well. But most of the tractors usually have a higher boost on them. That's usually one of the differences sometimes between manufacturers as well. When John Deere usually has their base horsepower in their model number. You know, like a John Deere 8R 400, and it's, you know, 400 base horsepower, but that can then boost up to, I was like 450 or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it is, but some other manufacturers, looking at you like New Holland, like not John Deere, New Holland. New Holland T9, like 700, that's, you know, like, what is it, 600 base or something like that. But then it can boost to like 700, so. Okay, well, to our previous cornfield we go. Like I said, we'll throw a course play on this, have course play start doing that. And I'll have to look at picking up some rocks here. And speaking of rocks, by the way, I don't think any other fields... Yeah, other than 43 at the moment. Once we're done on field 44, though, we'll have to get a rock picker, start picking up the rocks on that one. Same thing for 43 as well. I can always look at part of the field numbers here. Yeah, Fent 1167 here, by the way. This is a Fent's large horsepower tractor. And I find it interesting, too, that Fent's large horsepower tractor here is actually a 2-track. Like, it's not even an articulated tractor. Usually, when it comes to the manufacturers, like, they have the articulated tractor. They might have the 4-tracks tractor. Maybe they'll have a 2-track tractor. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think John Deere is one of the only ones that actually has all three. Like, they have the articulated, they have the quad track, and they have the 2-track. Fent here, as far as I know, I think just has the 2-track, right? Which is, again, kind of an interesting... Why did they pick this form factor, right? Why go with a 2-track? Why not articulated versus maybe a quad track or something like that? Okay, let's get the plow folded out here. I find it very interesting that there are rocks around some of this, but not, like, in the middle here. There doesn't appear to be any. It looks like it's just where the tire tracks were. I don't know why the tire tracks would create or cause rocks, but I guess maybe I should play with rocks more often. Then maybe I would understand how all the mechanics about the rocks work. And the one part I do understand, at least as far as I know anyway, is rocks cause damage to your equipment. So if you leave the rocks on the field, It's not going to be good for your equipment. And as far as I know, that is the only problem with, like, you can leave them on the field, Evan. There's not going to be any like yield penalty or anything like that, but you will damage your equipment much quicker, and that could get rather expensive, right? Okay, generate that course. First waypoint, that does not look right. Disconnect this here. Reconnect that, and then see if we can regenerate this course again, because I don't think that was right. Sometimes you need to like disconnect and reconnect the piece of equipment, and then course play will register the width correctly. I guess you could technically always manually set it as well, but where's the fun in that? Just disconnect and reconnect. Let course play figure out what the width will be. Okay, I will leave courseplay to that. I'm going to head back to field 44, the field I was working on. We'll continue going around that field. Oh, hey, look at that. Our tractor was still running yet. Fine job there, Giants. Obviously, I always need to give Giants a hard time about that one because, yeah, half the time, the game just automatically shuts the engine off for you, even though you have, the manual ignition turned on. Yeah. I'd love to know the idiot that thought that was a good idea. Definitely some fields here that are not the easiest to follow on the headland, are they? But again, as I've said before, sometimes that's what can make a map fun. You're not just doing like completely straight lines on square fields all the time. You actually have to do a little bit of steering here. And then we can go straight up and down the field using GPS. Once again, that one, speaking of GPS, I'd have to maybe think about it a little bit more, but I would probably still say GPS is my favorite mod. If you'd ask me, like Farming Simulator 17 or any of the prior games, Evan, the answer would have been automatic. I always said GPS mod back then, but ever since Farming Simulator 19 and the new GPS came out, I've always been a little bit hesitant to say, like, yeah, favorite mod is GPS. But more than likely, it still would be GPS. Again, it's the one game-changing mod, in my opinion, to some extent. Not that it really changes anything radically, per se. I want to just, yeah, it's GPS. Lock on it. You don't have to worry about too much overlap or, steering the articulated tractor sometime, keeping it straight. Nope. Use GPS. Keeps everything straight. Allows you to get the work done quicker. Allows you to still do the work yourself, right? Rather than just throwing a hired worker on it or course play or something like that. Allows me to read comments while I'm recording videos here. Definitely a very important part with that one there, right? I went kind of hard to read comments and drive at the same time sometimes. Yeah, you folks have seen the results of that. Usually not pretty. And speaking of comments, by the way, should probably see if we can load some up here a minute. And while we're loading up comments too, and just a reminder, if you haven't already clicked the subscribe button, don't forget to do so. Always very much appreciated. And of course, once you are subscribed, make sure you turn on your notifications. That way you get notified the latest, greatest Upper Mississippi River Valley episode goes live. Oh, and of course, can't forget too, everyone, if you like the video, hey, give it a thumbs up. Also very much appreciated. Or, I guess if you don't like the video, give it a thumbs down. Of course, if you do give it a thumbs down, I would very much appreciate, like, why the thumbs down. Now, of course, thinking about that, if you do give the thumbs down, last episode, well, the last Farming Simulator episode, everyone, I might know what that thumbs down would be about. Talking about the episode there, last week episode, I think it was 25, right? I'm usually never particularly good about remembering what episode number I'm on, everyone. That being said, usually, I keep the episodes to weekly, so episode, it should end every 5, right? Or 5 or 0, technically. Anyway, to the comment section here. Now that we have GPS locked on, I think we should have enough headlands down here. We can probably turn around, at least hopefully anyway. Kyle was saying, great video title. Yes, we were just talking about this here a second ago. Like I said, if anyone's going to give a video a thumbs down, I'd probably know what happened with the last one. Yes, I like that title, huh? That was a good one, I thought, anyway. Hetero was saying, hey, same thing. Good video. Love the title. Hey, thank you very much for that. He was also saying, try the 60 to 80 foot weeder from the Burgo seed pack. Or I think the new horse pack has a large weeder as well. Hey, check that out. Let's see, where are our weeders? Again, the one thing with this weeder, if you want to call it that one, this is actually considered a hoe. So again, if you check your weeders, everyone, there are 2 types of weeders. You have weeders, what the category is called, and then you also have hoes. And the hose can remove larger weeds, so that is the reason why I have the weeder, or the hoe that we have. Okay, just wanted to turn around there a minute, then we'll go shopping here real quick. So yeah, we do have the large, again, that's a weeder though. Oh, we got the horse one here, wow. Okay, that's still a weeder. That is 24 meters wide though. The only thing we have to keep in mind with this one is we got to make sure we use this on probably small weeds. Yeah, it says it can be used on small weeds. This one here, I bet you, is this a hoe? Yeah, there we do have a hoe. That is 12 meters, which I think that's probably the same width as the one we have now. I think the one we have now is 12 meters. Definitely maybe look at giving this one a try, though, just to check it out. So we have some sort of sensors or something on there. Curious what that's about. And then we also have, we have a harrow there as well. That's the Burgo one. 21 to 20. Wow, actually, varying width. That's not something you usually see with the mods or the equipment very often, is varying width. Very cool. Out of curiosity, how much is a stone picker going to cost us here? 52,000, huh? Yeah, like I said, I mean, 2.4 meters wide of one, or 5. I mean, as much as I want smaller one I want, I think we're going to have to go with a 6 meter wide, or almost 6 meter wide one, because otherwise, I mean, can you folks imagine how long it is going to take to pick up stones on one of these fields if I could do 2.4 meters wide? Like, I want to get this done by tomorrow, preferably, but not next year, right? And when I say tomorrow, I'm talking tomorrow in real life, not tomorrow in the game. Although tomorrow in the game, well, actually, I want to have it done today in the game if we can. I wonder if that's something maybe we should look at increasing. I'm going to go from a 1 day per month to maybe 2 days per month. Give us just a little bit more time to get some of this work done here. By the time we're done cultivating, picking up stones, fertilizing, shouldn't have to do any liming this time around, but fertilizing, taking care of weeds, another day might be handy, everyone. Don't see anything changing on that map. If I go to this one, yeah, there we go. Going back to the other one here, soil composition. Needs rolling. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, actually, you know what? This is doing the same thing. Needs rolling there too, doesn't it? Huh. Anyway, back to the comments here. Norton was saying I had pigs running around before too, but I thought that was because I left the pig barn door open. I don't think that's actually a thing here in the game. Like, there's like no way for your pigs, animals, period, to get out. I don't remember exactly right off the top of my head how it works, but I believe it's like a transform group or something like that. Like, sets the boundaries that the pigs or the animals can be in. So, like, there's no way for them to, like, escape. Godspeed was saying Binomics equals crap. Great video, thank you. Yes, it does. There, Godspeed Transport. Yes, it does. Well, I thought that was a very fitting title for last episode. Tim was saying great video. The series is great so far. Have you checked out the enhanced animal mod? Your animals will use more food. However, they will produce things such as milk, slurry, and manure faster. So you have enough to spread on your field. Might be worth looking into that so we actually have enough. And this is what I keep saying. I mean, this is why I don't do slurry very often. Like, we have 500 pigs, and we still do not have enough slurry to even do one field. Now, mind you, if I picked a smaller field, maybe we would have. But still, we don't even have enough slurry to do one field. So, anyway, with that being said, I think we're going to wrap this episode up here. Oh, yes, definitely time to wrap this episode up here. We're going a little bit long. You folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, everyone, thanks for watching. Until next time.